Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Proving Grounds. Today we're going to talk about Borderlands 2. Now, you're specifically seeing Borderlands 2 from the Handsome Collection on the PS4, but it's also available on Xbox One, PC, and then originally Borderlands 2 came out on 360 and PS3 and PC as well. And to my understanding, PC just upgrade the base games versus having two separate things. So if you look up the Handsome Collection, it's just a bundle with a whole bunch of other crap that's available on PC as well. But anyway, we're focusing on Borderlands 2, not the pre-sequel, which is something we're playing now, actually. But anyway, so in Borderlands 2, if you have the two DLCs, characters available as well, the original full characters, the Commando, the Assassin, the Siren, and the Gunzerker. And then you can also get the Micronancer and the Psycho. I played the Psycho in my playthrough, while Dan played the Siren and Pad played the Micronancer. Now, Borderlands 2 takes place obviously after 2. I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory, but I guess those times sometimes that ain't the case. So if you don't remember what happened at the end of Borderlands 1, a quick recap: bunch of vault hunters go after treasure and find out said treasure was just a bunch of bollocks, was just a prison for an evil alien. So they kinda couldn't do anything anymore. So they're on Pandora and they find out there are more vaults with possibly more treasure. Because that's what we need, more fucking treasure. So you play a new cast of vault hunters that get hired, and basically you get pulled into a trap to get killed, which kind of makes no sense to me, because I mean, you'd think, why would you bring them to begin with? But anyway, they escape, but they end up lost in the ice wilderness of Pandora, so you kind of have to escape that. And you'll slowly meet old faces, starting with Hammerhawk. Hammerhawk, you know, the hunter guy. British dude, yeah. You also meet Claptrap at the beginning, too. So you'll get re-familiarized with old faces from the previous game. As for the game itself, of course, though, it's a first-person shooting looting game. If you're familiar with Diablo-esque type loot systems, Borderlands will be just as home with you when it comes to its loot. But a lot of the loot is ballistically insane, man. You really got to pay attention what certain special guns can do and stuff, because there was stuff that is just crazy weird. Like, seriously crazy ass weird. I mean, let's see, I've had a handgun that has infinite ammo, a gun that shoots a widespread explosions, a sniping handgun, a fucking bazooka that shoots grenades instead. Like, there's all kinds of bizarre guns, health-stealing guns, a gun that just vibrates for the sake of a fucking dirty joke. It's weird. There's even guns like you can, when you reload them, you just throw the gun like Weeple from Overwatch, and it explodes like a grenade. There was just some really strange guns, and there's probably tons more guns I never even got to see in the game. But on top of your guns, you have grenades, which again have many strange ass types of grenades and shit. You got fire, electricity, and you got, oh, what's it called? It's like a purplish color that, the name escapes me, but those are elemental types you got. And your grenades can take all those. They can also do really strange things also, like multiply, like warp, like, they're just there's just some ridiculous things your equipment can do. On top of different types of grenade mods that can affect your grenades, you have a shield, which is some from the first game, which again can have very strange things, like explosions and shit when your shield goes down. Then you have a class mod that can affect your skill abilities. And then you have a relic that can do all kinds of bizarre shit too. About mid-game, I got a relic that increased my grenade count to 5. And then I later found a grenade mod that allowed my grenades to regenerate. So essentially, I could just always keep throwing fucking grenades all the damn time. But on top of that, you have your character specific abilities. Each character has a special ability, and then from that, you got 3 branches that can do many different things. So with the Psychopath, he just goes ballistically crazy with an axe that you can either one up to the enemy and melee like hell, or you can also throw the axes for massive ass fucking damage. The Mechanomancer summons a mech minion for a little while. Everyone just has different unique abilities in that. I believe the Gunzorko just goes like in some berserking gun wage. I believe the Assassin, I think, turns invisible. I haven't used either of those two. The Siren can revive people. And let's see, I'm not actually sure what the Commando does, actually, to be honest. I haven't played him either. But they all have their unique abilities, and then, like I said, they have 3 branches. Now, the 3 branches can completely change your character. Basically, a simple way to just put it than, like, you know, try and go over every single character's tree is usually the kind of idea is one's a balance, chaotic, and one's maybe kind of a berserker or assisting type tree, but obviously that can vary from character to character a lot. But really, you want to usually take a very good look at what kind of skills, especially the bottom one, the ultimate skill of each branch, to get an idea of probably what paths you want to take. But you'll be able to creep into different trees as you get higher, but ultimately you do want to probably try and master one complete branch. Whether you want to make that your first focus or not can depend a lot on what kind of character you're making, but you get a lot of variety. I mean, there's a lot of bizarre fucking characters. I mean, we like I said, we're playing the pre-sequel right now, Claptrap. Claptrap has a lot of weird shit he can do in the pre-sequel. It's bizarre as fucking well. But outside the looting and the bizarre-ass equipment, it really still works like a first-person shooter. You know, one thing I do like about Borderlands when it comes to its first-person shooting is its shield system. So it's like a mix of both old and new first-person. You have an HP bar that works like an old-school RPG, an old-school first-person shooter, where you need to actually heal. Unless you have a piece of equipment that makes up for that, you have to heal with items. And then your shield, which regenerates after not being hit for so long. It's kind of a nice little mixture of the two. And the shield isn't like insanely overpowered, though you probably could find some. I didn't particularly find any that was too crazy. Mostly I went with suicidal ones. Well, the idea is actually to get the shield to break to do more damage. So I was just more of a crazy suicidal type killer during our playthrough. I mean, hell, he has the Psycho has a fucking skill that makes it where enemies can allies can hurt you, and that was like, what? Because I didn't read the fine print, so I had to get that changed, because that wasn't going to work very well. The original Borderlands did not have a mini-map. They added one into Borderlands 2, and the remaster of Borderlands 1 got the mini-map added into it, so you don't have to worry about bringing up the map 5 bazillion times. And something that's also new to Borderlands 2 is the badass rank. So there's like a bazillion little mini challenges, like very boring kind of mini challenges. You know, like kill this many of this enemy, kill so many enemies with fire, kill so many enemies with electricity, things like that. Very boring tasks that I don't really recommend grinding out, but you will earn a lot of them just playing the game. And you'll get badass tokens. Badass tokens can be used to make certain percentages of certain stats, like maximum health, capacity of shield, melee damage, gun accuracy damage, reload speed, elemental effect. Just do little percentage changes to your kill those percentages. Like right now I have a 4.8% extra maximum health in that. They're just little boosts. You know, they're not like gigantic earth-shattering boosts at all. But they are a little extra something to change your kill up a little bit more. Now, each of the DLCs, they slowly added more and more to your max level, which was something they did in the original Borderlands as well. And they recently actually had, it's important to probably note that there was an extra 5th DLC that was released recently, only for the next gen and PC. So original PS3 and 360 versions did not get this 5th DLC. It was already free to begin with, and then they made it pay. The free moment is past. I believe it's $14.99, I think, to buy the 5th DLC. Which I think is a little pricey myself. I think $10 would have been a better deal on that. But not counting the recent DLC, there was 4 original DLCs. And honestly, and then there's these little mini DLCs too. Now, if you get the Affiliation version of the game, you get all the DLC crap. I mean, out of the main DLCs, I liked the Tiny Tina's DLC, and the 5th one wasn't too bad. The 5th one's supposed to be a link between 2 and 3. It's supposed to help link the two a little bit. That one wasn't too bad either, though I thought the villain was kind of all over the place. The other main DLCs were just kind of eh. Now, the miniature ones are mostly based on holidays. I liked the Valentine's one, and the Thanksgiving one wasn't too bad either. The Halloween one was pretty boring. It's that's kind of a mixture, and the mini ones are really short too, so they're not really full-blown stories. They're more like silly comedic things, which is why I think the Halloween one was really boring. At least the Thanksgiving, the Valentine's ones had a lot of stupid jokes and shit. And ultimately, that's a lot of the story in Borderlands 2, which is something I constantly heard for years, that like people said it was an awful game because it had so many memes and things in it. And to be fair, I kind of went into the game remembering a lot of those kind of complaints I've heard from many people. And honestly, you know, I actually enjoyed 2 a lot more than 1. Mainly because I just thought there was a lot more personality in the characters. The original cast, like, the Vault Hunters you play in each game don't have a real personality much. They don't talk or interact with characters very often, aside from the little catchphrases when they're doing shit. So you don't get to really know them very well. So the original cast got personalities because they're part of the storyline in 2 still. Then you had a lot more memorable characters out of the NPCs and enemies and stuff. Where the first one, you didn't really have very many memorable enemy characters at all, really. So it felt a lot better in the character department to me. So I definitely would say I like 2 a lot more than 1. I did like 1 up until I had a critical save bug where I had to completely remake a whole new character and replay a huge chunk of the game just to finish off the DLC of the Game of the Year edition, which pissed me off and really made my liking of the game tank hardcore. But I mean, being honestly, not counting that against it and just talking about the story and the characters, I really liked it too a lot more. I always remember people saying Handsome Jack was a boring ass fucking meme shit, and I mean, there are a lot of forced memes here. Some are funny, some are kind of cringy. It just kind of depends on your humor and what kind of memes you're into or not. But I mean, if you're looking for a serious story, I mean, Borderlands. I mean, I think Dan said best from one of my live streams was you're looking at the wrong fucking game if you're looking for something serious. And then I'm not always necessarily looking for something serious, but then I'm definitely looking for a good cast of characters to keep me hooked into the game. And honestly, if it wasn't for Borderlands 1 probably being co-op-ish, I probably wouldn't have ever really finished it, probably. So 2, I definitely would recommend 2 if you were pretty bored with 1 when it comes to its story. I honestly hated the ending for the fucking first game as well, like, so much. I was like, really? Seriously? Seriously? But honestly, I enjoyed the game. It's fun, get some friends, and of course the Handsome Jack collection became one of the PlayStation Plus free games, so if you play online, likely a lot of people, well, own the game now, so you'll have lots of people you can play with, or your friends should have claimed into that. But if they didn't get that or didn't have the opportunity, the Handsome collection is very cheap when it comes to console. You're looking at about $20 to $15 for brand new, and used copies are really down there, like around $5 to $9. So very affordable. You get 2 games and all kinds of other extra mini DLC and shit, and extra characters and everything that were released for the original games. The only thing you don't get with the Handsome Jack collection now is the 5th DLC that came way after the game. So that is the only thing you would have to consider buying at this point if you were interested in that. When it comes to the PC side of things, however, when it comes to the price, that's different because from what I can understand, there is no actual technical Handsome Jack collection. There is the Handsome Jack collection bundle, but from what I understand, like I said, there's not like 2 versions of Borderlands 2. They just upgraded the originals, so you get all the DLC and all kinds of fucking costumes and shit. However, the Handsome Jack collection bundle on Steam is priced completely differently. It's currently 74% off at $59.80, but it doesn't tell me what the original price is. It usually shows a slashed price. I'm not sure why it doesn't. I'm not going to add these. Like, I mean, this thing literally has costume packs and shit jammed into it as well, so I'm not going to add that all up to figure out what the hell the price is. With 74% off, though, that's probably a lot more without the discount. But for Borderlands 2 alone, it's $19.99. And then if you're a previous gen, they're all Game of the Year editions and that of the original Borderlands 2 for the 360 and PS3. And you would imagine with how cheap the next gen version is, those are cheap as well, and you would be correct. You can find many used copies of like the vanilla Borderlands 2, or like literally like $1 for the 360 and PS3. And then the Game of the Year editions, you're gonna pay a few more dollars for those. Like, what's the add-on? And then of course there were the add-on packs and separate discs shit for the DLC. There was also a triple pack for the PS3 and the 360 as well that had Borderlands 1, 2, and the pre-sequel, but I don't think that comes with the DLC. I'm not too sure, but yeah, those are a lot different. Like, here's a add-on pack for $10 new, $3 used. So you'd have to kind of look around in that, but they'll game you, they'll separate add-ons. You could probably do some of the math to see which one would turn out. I would imagine the Game of the Year editions are probably the better price. Honestly though, I enjoyed Borderlands 2. I really did. I definitely would recommend it, especially if you have a group of friends to play, but even if you play it by yourself, I feel like the story is a lot more interesting and entertaining for a single player person versus Borderlands 1. Well, I played the vanilla story in co-op and I had to do all the DLC by myself. Well, I did try to do it online, but then I got that save bug error that was in the original Borderlands, which got me into the mess that I ended up in. But I had to do those by myself because Alan wasn't interested, which I don't blame him. Like I said, the storyline was boring. But hopefully that means the Borderlands 3 will be good. Like I said, we're going through the pre-sequel right now. It seems pretty enjoyable so far as well. So I'm glad they're getting better. But besides that, that's probably all I have to really say on Borderlands 2. I recommend it. Probably best to get the next gen version if you're on consoles, because the 5th DLC, that's not going to matter much on the PC side of things though, you know. Like I said, they just basically upgraded the original releases. They do that a lot, like where they did that with Dark Souls 1 as well. They took the original off and put the remaster up and that. They either remove the older one or upgrade it and give the newer one to you on PC. That seems to be like a common trend with stuff like that. So I'm not sure which way, but as far as I can tell, there's only one listing of Borderlands 2. So I don't know if they just upgraded it or removed the old one and had the new one only. I'm not entirely sure. But I definitely recommend it. And the prices are very good. Like I said, if you get used $5, you get 2 games and all the fucking crazy DLC on console. That is fantastic ass steal of a price, man. On PC though, 50, like I said, right now it says for the bundle it's a 74% off, and it's $59.99. That's, I mean, these are really old games too, so I mean, that will port into next gen on the console and everything. I mean, that seems pretty. See, that's why I always find like the digital storefronts kind of iffy a lot of times, because unless you wait for a discount, a lot of times they're still available for really expensive prices. Where the console versions will have, you know, dropped away. So it's always a mixed bundle on that. Also, it's interesting though, there is a Borderlands 2 VR, which as far as I understand has none of the DLC compatible with it. It's just the vanilla game and it's single player. I have not played that. Dan has been playing it, however. It is $40, I believe. It's available on PC and PS3 because Xbox doesn't have VR. So new VR in this on there. It sounds interesting, but you know, I don't really feel, especially like with the fact that it's single player, I don't think it's as crucial, especially without the DLC too. You know, you're getting a gimp down experience in VR, and I'm not necessarily saying that ain't worth it, but $40 entry fee and that, I mean, might have been just better to make a whole new like a whole new Borderlands game to make it more justifiable if you had to charge that much. But I don't know. They could have actually made a side story, just, you know, used Borderlands 2 and just kind of made a side story in its violence. And then, you know, actually now I think about it, kind of missed an opportunity actually. Either way though, I recommend it. I mean, for $5, great ass steal for the game, like I said. But how much would I recommend it now? I mean, considering it's a port of a older game, if you're getting it for previous gen, I wouldn't pay more than $10 for like a Game of the Year edition or something. Though I can't remember if those aside from like that triple pack, I'm not sure if there was any versions that had 2 in the pre-sequel on there. I think those were separate. But I wouldn't pay more than 10 on a previous gen. On current gen consoles, I wouldn't pay more than 20 for sure. Which, like I said, they were averaging between 20 to 15, so they're just right in that mark. On PC, however, like I said, unless you're just getting the base game, you want all the... You kinda... Unless you can grab a really good sale, it looks like you're not going to get that low with all the DLC at all, unless you can get lucky on some kind of Steam sale. Because like I said, it's always 74 off, and it's $60 basically for the pre-sequel Borderlands 2 and all of its DLC. So, I honestly think that's actually overpriced at this point. Like, when it was brand new, I could understand. But, you know, it's an older game now. I mean, the Atticusmj collection came out, well, like 3 years ago? So, I find that but obviously if you want the PC graphics and stuff, I mean, you just kind of have to bite the bullet, I guess, to look for some other means of getting a bigger discount at. But honestly, I don't think more than $20 at this point in time. But the value of the game, I think it's probably like the value of the content you get in the Atticusmj collection, at least. Like I said, it's kind of hard to compare the PC bundle with the next gen collection, because it looks like you get a whole bunch of extra outfits and shit, and the price is different. But I mean, I would give it a good $39.99 value, Willie, but I'm just saying it because it's an older game at this point. And it's definitely not well. I mean, like I said, it's even on previous gen stuff. The only thing you can't get is the 5th DLC, so, you know, it's all subjective. But honestly, I think $20 is a good price for now, so that's what I would recommend. Anyway, if you feel like you learned something interesting in this video, please leave a like. And if not, feel free to leave a dislike, guilt-free. I hope you'll check out Borderlands 2, or maybe Borderlands 3, because maybe it's just, like, too old for you there. But hey, Borderlands 3 will be coming up, so could check that out. I'm probably going to wait for the Game of the Year edition on that. Honestly, they do that with every single one, so I feel bad for all those people who get the limited edition for, like, $100, and then they... You know, like a year later, they come out with a Game of the Year edition that has everything for $50, $40 or something. That, oh dear. But anyway, those are my thoughts. Thank you for watching, and be safe out in the proving grounds.
どうだった？私の作った朝ごはん